Whether you call it the beach, the shore, the lake, or if you're from my neck of the woods, the backwater, you need to tote a few essentials with you when you go out for a day of fun in the sun. I'm Rebecca Kemp Brent, and I have a little project to show you that incorporates all of those things into one. This nifty little tote is actually your beach towel as well. You can put all your essentials in it, and then once you get there and unpack, all you have to do is unzip the zippers, and like magic, it's a towel again. And I'm ready to go and lie in the sun. Let me show you how to use 4 zippers and a beach towel, a bath sheet, or even some of these neat yoga towels that come along now, and fold that up, make it into a convertible tote that you can use when you're out for the water. Okay, I have another towel here, and it's just coincidence that both of these towels are striped, but it really is kind of fun to work with a striped towel and see what the shaping does to those stripes when you put it all together. I already have one of my zippers pinned in place. These instructions will be on the website, along with a diagram that looks like this to help you determine where you need to position your zippers, and later on how you fold this up to make it into a tote bag again. One of my favorite notions to use for this is a rotary cutting ruler that's about 12 inches square. This one's actually 12.5 inches, but that's close enough. The reason that that works so well is your zippers need to be about 1/3 of the width of your towel. And I'm working with a towel that's 36 by 72. If you can't find towels exactly that size, it's okay. You can adapt the zipper lengths to fit whatever size towel you do find. But I'm going to use this and a little bit of tailor's chalk so that first of all, I folded my towel. You fold it in half both lengthwise and widthwise. I'm going to measure 3 inches from my fold and just put a little mark right there on the selvage of my towel. Once I have the mark in place, I'm going to shift the ruler over and position it. You can use the marks on the ruler to make sure that it's aligned correctly with the side of the towel. And then you can see that the zipper fits right around the edges of the ruler. So it's sort of like magic, makes it really easy to position that zipper. And before I flip this over and pin a zipper in place for you, let me just mention all this extra zipper tape that I have. You may find that the selection of zippers in a 12-inch length is not as many colors as you'd like. So what you can do instead is you can purchase a longer zipper, because these polyester coil zippers are so easy to shorten. And that's what I'm planning to do here. These are long zippers, and I'm going to just cut off the extra. Here at this edge, you can see where it extends past the side. Don't cut right at the side of the towel. Give yourself 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch and then cut it off. And then when you're ready to sew, all you have to do is fold that under. And just like that, you have a zipper the right length. If it doesn't stay under when you pin it, it will stay under once you've got it sewn. Now, one thing to remember anytime you're shortening a zipper is to be sure that you don't cut off the zipper pull. And in this case, that's not too much of a hazard because I have the zipper open for pinning. So now I'm going to flip this over to the other side so you can actually see how I'm positioning this zipper in place. And I have my little tailor's chalk mark here. I'm going to put my ruler in place, and this time I have zippers that actually are the right length, so there won't be anything that I have to shorten. I'll just put the zipper in place on my towel. And to make sure that the pinning process goes smoothly, I have a piece of just plain white paper, and I'm going to slip that in between the layers of my towel, and that will give me just enough separation to make sure that I don't pin through into the second layer of toweling. Then you position your zipper with the top stop of the zipper at the edge of the towel, and the zipper teeth along the ruler. And if you don't have a ruler, you can use chalk or pens to mark this line and then use that for positioning. And the pull of your zipper will be right here at the corner of the ruler. This is all right side up because I'm going to show you one of the easiest zipper applications you've probably ever done. Come with me over to the sewing machine and I'll show you how I worked that out. Now I start by lowering my presser foot, and then I can move the width of my stitch or the needle position. So I'm going to put this as far to the right as it will go, and then I can put the edge of my presser foot against those zipper teeth, and it's going to be just like sewing. It's going to be just like sewing against a little wall, so my stitches will come out nice and straight. I told you this was going to be an easy zipper application, and it really is. Now just stop and pull out your pins as you come to them. It helps a lot if you have an extension table because you have a place to let the weight of that towel rest. And I do this in two operations. When I get close to the bottom of my zipper, I'm going to raise my presser foot and close the zipper a few inches just to get the zipper pull out of the way. And then you'll have to manipulate your fabric just a little bit so that it still lies the way it should on the towel. And it's okay if you have a little bit of pleating. That's not all going to be just fine when you are finished. Stitch to the end where I have the zipper tape folded under again, and then clip your thread. And you'll be ready to go on, reposition things, and stitch the other side of your towel. And you can see that I have sort of a point formed at the end here. That's just a tidy way to finish it, but you also can fold those in so that they're straight across. You can stop at this point if you want to, but to have a little bit of fun with these zipper tapes, I'm going to get some decorative thread and go to my machine screen and set up for a decorative stitch. Your machine may have a dial. This machine has a screen, and I'm going to choose a stitch that has a little bit of a satin to it. This is one that works well so that I can have a scalloped edge on my zippers. Or you can choose a different one, something with a little bit more pattern to it if you like. It's a lot of fun to go through and play with your decorative stitches and sort of decide what might look good on your zipper tapes. And the result is going to be something like this. Now, if your machine doesn't have a decorative stitch that you like the look of, you can always go with a satin length zigzag. And what I've done to jazz that up a little bit is I've worked with a variegated thread. So I get this neat little color block effect. You can position your stitches so that they're on the zipper tape, or you can position them so that they come off the edge of the zipper tape, or a combination of both of those. And you can even stack stitches, which means sewing more than one stitch side by side, and that gives you this beautiful effect. So it sort of winds up looking as if I have a lace-edged zipper. All of this is fun, and it also is a great way to use those ends where you've clipped off your zipper. Now when I'm ready to do that, I just go to my machine with the stitch that I've set up. I'm not going to change thread right now, but you can put on any color of thread that you want to. And let's see. And I'm ready to go with some stitching. And the key to this is you let your machine do the guiding. Just trust that it's going to put things exactly where they need to go. So that would give me a sort of a little harlequin diamond on the edge of my zipper tape. Now, sooner or later, no matter how much fun you're having at the beach, you do have to go home again. So come back to the table with me and I'll show you how to fold your towel up. So when it's time to go home, take your towel, shake off the extra sand, and start by closing your 4 zippers. Then you'll just fold the ends of your towel sort of in thirds so that they're about the same width as your tote bag, and fold each end a couple of times so that you can tuck it down inside the bag. Then you're all ready to go. Put your supplies back into your tote bag, head for home, and wait for the next time you get to go out to the lake.